Monitoring current conditions. We want to start with Michael Perchik live in Wake County. He's been at a spot all morning long where we're seeing big trouble for drivers. Take a look at this, Michael.
That's exactly right. Full roads open. Fantastic. Big change in the past few hours, thanks to a couple of civilians actually bringing their trucks down here, pretty much manually pulling, using rope to pull up vehicles that have been stranded. We had a couple that were at the bottom of the hill that were able to turn around. We just had an NCDOT truck spray, it looked like some sand on this road. We had one of the drivers who was stuck actually walked over to the Valero, bought some ice melt and put it onto the road as well. It's been a team effort out here. A lot of vehicles who are able to kind of traverse this road, helping those who aren't able to. It's open, that's good, and it may look good for those who typically travel this road because it is busy in the mornings. But you shouldn't be using it. It's open for a reason because no one can really drive on it. We did speak with one driver who was stranded, now is not. He shared what he encountered when he first pulled up earlier this morning.
Left home, got to this main road right here, pulled up, and it's just a sheet of solid ice. It looks like someone took the whole entire street and dipped it in water and put it in the freezer and put it back.
That's a fairly apt description of what you're encountering. It's not easy to walk on. Kudos to the civilians who are kind of out here trying to help maneuver the traffic. We heard yesterday from state EOC officials one of the reasons why they didn't want vehicles on the road, if possible, was to allow emergency crews and NCDOT crews access to these roadways. Because of the jam that we had down there, we had an NCDOT truck that had to be up there for at least a half hour waiting because they were unable to pass or get down this roadway. So again, it's not simply whether or not your vehicle is okay to get through. It's important to move forward yourself to clear that space to allow emergency personnel, National Guard, NCDOT, State Highway Patrol access to these roadways, especially the secondary roads. We know they hit those UNC, NC routes, interstates first yesterday and overnight. The secondary roads are kind of getting that secondary love, especially in these smaller towns and cities. So staying off those roads in particular, it's actually making another pass up right now. Staying off those roads in particular is going to be really important to try and expedite this process over the next couple of days.
Like someone took Pool Road, dipped it in water, put it in the freezer, and then put it back. Quite the line there by that balloon delivery truck driver, and we're glad he is okay. Michael Perchik on the improving situations in Knightdale right now. Michael, thank you. We're also tracking conditions in other parts of Wake County. Diane Wilson joining us live now. Diane, I think last time we talked to you, you were down in Fuquay. Where are you now, and what are you seeing?
You know, Joel and Anna, I have gone the distance today. I've been all over the area, Johnson County, Fuquay. Now we are in Cary, and we want to show you the road conditions here. The main roads are very good, and what we were shocked to see already, Town of Cary has their sand spreader and crews in the neighborhoods now, hitting the neighborhoods. There's a snow plow in front of us. It's not down because there's not enough snow to put the plow down, but the truck in front of that is spreading a sand mixture, and they are already addressing the neighborhood streets here in Cary as the main roads, the 55, Green Level Church Road, Morrisville Parkway, back and forth. They were amazingly pretty clear. And so they're already putting their crews in the neighborhoods like you see here, because again, if school buses are going to attempt to go tomorrow, who knows if they will in Wake County, it's the neighborhood streets that are always very concerning. And so that's what we are finding here in Cary. The main streets had great, as far as cleared, they were cleared. They were not any really trouble spots that we could find throughout Cary. And so we saw the crews now here in the neighborhoods, and that is what they are doing, are addressing the neighborhood streets also, which means they are making a lot of progress here in Cary.
Making a whole heck of a lot of progress. Look at the folks, Cary Public Works showing off this morning. Not just the primary roads, but the side streets as well. That is very good progress. Thank you for showing it to us. Diane, thank you. New this hour, Raleigh Police out with an important reminder. Officers urging drivers to be careful if you have to get out on the roads today. Remember to drive slow, leave plenty of space between you and other cars, and avoid making sudden stops like slamming on the brakes. Don't do that.
And we turn now to the Bull City. This is a live look of the skyline. We see those snow flurries flying in the air. The conditions looking much worse on the ground, though. We have our Tamara Scott, who's been in the Bull City all morning long. Tamara, we know that you've seen a bunch of people stuck on Mineral Springs Road. What are you seeing now?
Hey, yeah, we're still here on Mineral Springs Road, and I've been telling you guys this ice that we've been worrying about all morning has been causing quite an issue here. Folks on this incline trying to make it up or even turn around just off in the distance there. You may notice there's someone there trying to turn around. The wheels are just going, and they're not going anywhere with that. So that's what the ice we're talking about. Now, the thing about this is these areas, there are kind-hearted people who are here, notice something's happening, and try to help. This is where we found my friend Gideon here. And Gideon, tell us, this morning you were trying to help some folks get out of a sticky situation.
Yeah, so I came up this way, trying to make my way through. Early this morning, 98 looked just like this, so I thought direct route, doesn't matter if it's icy. Then I came across some people kind of stuck, and it's really dangerous to try and help people who are stuck because you can hurt yourself or hurt other people. So it was a slow process. We got some of them out, but sadly, like this right here, some people are impatient, and that made it difficult. Yeah. But you know, unfortunately, I couldn't get everyone out, but you just be careful, because if it looks like this right now, you never know when it's going to become a steep curve and a steep incline, and then you're stuck just like everyone else. Right. So turn around.
Right. And we know you did your best, and we, appreciate anyone who wants to give a helping hand if they can.
Yeah, you definitely need to be knowledgeable. Just because you have the right tools and stuff doesn't mean you know how to use it. So just be careful, and be careful who you accept help from too. You just got to be you got to be wise about that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Gideon, thank you so much for talking with us and the help you've been trying to give. And we know that Gideon, as he mentioned, he tried to help some folks, some other folks he wasn't able to help just because of the amount of ice that's on the road. Take a look here. This is a red Tesla here that he had attempted to help at one point, and then this truck came in the middle of that right before they were able to get him out, and ended up coming up here, braking, and then it slid right back into that Tesla. They are creating a little accident that you see there. And as I mentioned before, there was a car, and there seems to be more cars coming up this road. Not the smartest thing, especially since their windshield may not be clean. So I'm going to step off here, move to the side. Hopefully these folks make it through. The key here is to just not brake if you're going to try to attempt it, just to keep going. Once you brake is when you start sliding. So definitely something to keep in mind, folks, if you're heading out. I mean, the best thing here would have been to turn around. A lot of folks did, but we know people must have things to do and places to go. You just got to be careful. Like our friend Gideon said, he looks like he has a good head on his shoulders and wants to help people. We love that. Back to you guys.
Tamara, that was the perfect example of what you should not be doing if you are going out and driving today. Make sure you clear that entire car. It's dangerous for everyone.
Front and back.
Yeah, that is so bad.